Two blokes, both grew up in Blackpool. We know an arcade when we see one. It's the 25th of January. What's left to be prized? This. I think to limit our action or inaction to only what's in keeping with the needs of our own preparation. It's what the exertions of education and teachings are all about. Here is the thing to be prized. If you hold this firmly, you'll stop trying to get yourself all the other things. If you don't, you won't be free, self-sufficient, or liberated from passion, but necessarily full of envy, jealousy, and suspicion that any who have the power to take them, and you'll plot against those who do have what you prize. But by having some self-respect for your own mind and prizing it, you'll please yourself and be in better harmony with your fellow human beings and more in tune with the gods, praising everything they have set in order and allotted to you. It's a long one from Marcus.
He likes being long.
Meditations. Okay, I want to talk to you about self-worth. And I want to do a mini role play with you.
I'm open to it.
Okay.
Kiss me first, though.
It's a family barbecue. You're my nana.
Yes.
You've always wanted to be a. And it's good to see you. And you're going to say, what are you doing for work?
I'm your nana.
You're my nana.
All right.
Nana!
Oh, my gosh. You get really good every time I see you.
It's so good to see you, Nana.
Is that your own shoes?
Is that a new lipstick?
Might be, you charmer. What are you doing for work then anyway, you bloody bugger?
Well, I'm actually an executive in network collateral spacing.
A what, love?
An executive for network collaborative relationship building.
Oh, it sounds important. What do you do?
I sell bricks, Nana.
Wow, why did you lie to your own nana about what your real job was?
Well, I didn't lie, but that's a spin that I gave it this day's episode. That's a span I gave it because so many salespeople lack the self-worth when it comes to working in sales. Okay, so I see it all the time. They'll go to a party or a family event and they feel ashamed to say, I work in sales. There should be like a group, like an Alcoholics Anonymous, where we all get in a circle and we go, my name's Jack, 32, and I work in sales. So there's nothing wrong with working in sales. Sales is one of the oldest professions in the book, and it's about actually having the confidence to say, this is what I do, it's a skill, and I work bloody hard at it.
Yeah, we had, forget the guy's name, maybe you can remember him, the sales historian.
Oh, he was brilliant.
I forgot the name, but he was basically telling us that there was this golden era of selling where actually it was this highly regarded profession. You used to have to go to university to become a proper salesperson. There was actually like a process that you went through. And funnily enough, a lot of what we talk about that we think's new was actually being taught back then, which is interesting. Everything's a remix, isn't it? But it was regarded as this highly professional space and then gradually got more unregulated. And actually, there was some grey areas that
During
people...
the gold rush, selling spades and stuff like that. Yeah. It was all cons.
There was some cons, yeah. A lot of snake oil salesmen. And then obviously we know about further down the line people like Jordan Belfort selling penny stocks. And actually, there's not really any money there. There's no transactions happening. So you can see why it gets a bad place in people's minds. But if we think about it from a B2B selling perspective, which is where we see ourselves doing that for lots and lots of different clients, we speak to people who are doing that for their clients. Often what they are is the entire lifeblood of a business. Without the selling function of the business, it completely falls away. You know, if there is no sales function, there's no growth. And yet we think of sales as the lowest form of the business. It's the rump work, it's the heavy work, it's beyond me, it's ahead of me. You know, like these are all the different thoughts that people have around it. Why do you think that is?
I think people like associate it to themselves, or maybe that what they've heard from family members. Like cold calling gets a bad rap, and it's one of those that your mum's probably going, oh, it's another cold call on the landline, and that's kind of been ingrained in you, and you think, well, people hate cold calls. I don't like getting cold calls. I wouldn't want to do that, and then it feels that when you do it, you don't deliver it with authenticity or confidence, then you fail, and then you feel even worse about yourself. So it's a real vicious circle. I think, like, remembering that in the B2C world as well, cold calling is completely different. Trying to call somebody up to sell them landline insurance is a different game to being good at your craft and saying, I'm going to go and find people that have the problems that we solve, it gets a real bad rap. And one of the things that we talk about a lot is comparison.
Yeah.
The thief
of joy.
Of all joy. And a lot of salespeople will look around the room and see the other people, and they'll compare themselves. And that will leave them feeling low and lack of confidence because they're comparing where they're... But you've got to remember that where they are or why they're performing, there's probably a reason. If somebody's a high performer, there's probably a reason that they're a high performer and you're a low performer. So what questions could you ask yourself if you're comparing yourself and you're feeling kind of disappointed?
What is it in them that I am lacking? How could I get better at that? Where does that come from? Who would I be if I had what they had? Who would I be if I didn't have what they have? Those are the questions. You just want to start the train off, start yourself on that journey of self-discovery. And the painful truth is you probably do know the answer already. You just need to ask yourself the better question.
Yeah. And there's a big thing in comparison where actually, well, you want what they've got, but would you want to go through what they've been through to get there?
Yeah.
It's probably a lot of early mornings, doing the graft, studying, all of those things. I don't think high performers get lucky. Like, I don't think you roll into a sales job and you're lucky. I think you could have natural skills that get you there. But I also think it takes a lot of hard work to be a consistent high performer. Exactly. If you're all year round doing well. So don't be envious of the reward they're getting. Maybe be envious of the discipline or the habits that they have.
You want the view, not the climb.
That's it. You want the view, not the climb. Miley Cyrus, it's the climb. I've been Jack Frimston.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember, you will die.
Put the bins out.